Hello, this is Dr. Webster again. We're talking about your heart. This is your heart. Your heart is the size of your fist. It pumps 115,000 times a day. It pumps 7,000 liters in a 24-hour period. It is amazing. It pumps blood to 60,000 miles of blood vessels. It never asks for a raise. It's always looking out for you. This session, I'm going to talk about the diet. And where did my information come from? The medical community, the National Institutes of Health. We call it PubMed. This is the article I'm going to talk about. Fat, sugar, whole grains, and heart disease. 50 years of confusion. I'm a little, I don't want to say the word. I can't believe what money has done to the American diet. So I'll read a few things from this report and then I'll get to the point. During the 70s, some investigators proposed that refined carbohydrate, sugar, especially sugar and low intake of dietary fiber, were major factors in coronary heart disease. This suggestion was eclipsed by the belief that an excess intake of saturated fatty acids, right, was the key dietary factor, a view that prevailed from roughly 1974 to 2017. Findings that have accumulated since 1990 informed us that the role of saturated fatty acids in the causation of coronary heart disease have been greatly exaggerated. The evidence linking carbohydrate-rich foods with coronary heart disease has been steadily strengthening. So during the 70s, various investigators proposed the epidemic of coronary heart disease is caused at least by refined carbohydrates. It never gained widespread report, and it became widely accepted for 4 decades, from 1974 to 2014, that the saturated fatty acids, the fats, were the enemy, and the fats is what caused the heart disease. Now, how did this happen? How did fats in your diet get labeled as the enemy and cause heart disease? Well, the sugar industry in the United States paid researchers to publish papers that emphasized the role of saturated fatty acids in the causation of coronary heart disease while minimizing the role of sugar. You get that? Paid research. I don't believe every research I see. When you see the advertisements on TV and it says, doctors say, the latest research says, no. Follow the money. Who paid for the research? There was an almost complete absence of randomized clinical trials. Randomized clinical trials are the epitome of research. Randomized clinical trials. That's the gold standard of research. No randomized clinical trials ever proved that fatty acids, saturated fatty acids, were the cause of coronary heart disease. The Women's Health Initiative was conducted. They looked at 49,000 menopausal women. What they did was they increased their carbs and they decreased their saturated fatty acids. There was no reduction in the risk of coronary heart disease. The Nurses Health Study and Health Professionals Follow-Up Study, another big medical study, the combined results showed that intake of carbohydrates from refined starches and added sugars was positively associated with the risk of coronary heart disease. The more sugars you eat and the more foods that you eat that are sweetened with sugar, it increases the risk of coronary heart disease. You hear me? So the key points made in this review are summarized. It is now clear that the role of saturated fatty acids in the causation of coronary heart disease have been much exaggerated for 4 decades. The belief that a reduced intake of saturated fatty acids is a key dietary change for the prevention of coronary heart disease led millions of people to increase their take of carbohydrates, most of which were refined. My mother in the 70s was in her 40s. She was married, trying to raise 3 children, and listening to her doctor on what to eat, and then listening to all the advertisement on TV. It was all low fat, low fat, low fat, low fat. That, no doubt, based on this research, led to my mother having a fatal heart attack. You are what you put in your mouth. The research shows high carbs, continuous high carbs, and not enough good fats increases your risk of coronary heart disease. This is my journey. This is my heart. I'm going to take care of it. There's a couple of movies on Netflix I want you to watch. One of them is called What the Health. What the Health is the name of it. And then another one is called The Game Changers. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. Heart disease kills. It's the largest killer in America. And so much of it. I think it was an old English physician, I can't remember his name, but he is known for saying Americans are digging their graves with their teeth. Don't let it happen to you. Eat healthy. Hey, I wanted to mention one more thing to you about this segment. The ketogenic diet is also hugely recommended by PubMed and the medical literature. And so you want to get your body in ketosis because that's so good for your heart function. So I ran across something, it's a ketone supplement, and it actually hacks your metabolism, and it helps to get your body into a ketosing, which is a good state. It's mental clarity, and I use it. It's high quality, and I'll put a link below. And if you want to go to the website and check it out, you can. But again, take care of your body, take care of your heart. What you do to your body and for your body is so important. Eat properly. All right? Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.